Welcome back to Map Gaming, my fellow digits. This is Pi here. So, you all remember on that huge wild goose chase that Rolly made me go on a couple of months ago? Well, it's time for payback. And so what I've got here is lots of eggs. So I am going to chicken bomb him. And this was a popular prank way back in the days of like the digital domain back when I had my own server, and a lot of people did this on server. You basically needed access to creative mode, and what you would do is you create a giant tower of sand, and you would spawn hundreds of chickens at the top of it, and then you would break the sand thing, and then they'd all come down, and then they would explode when they get to the bottom here. So I was planning on doing that. It's a bit trickier to do in survival, but so I started building sand towers around Rolly's place to kind of reduce suspicion, but then he was like, Pi, please don't break me. I like my stuff. He kept saying that to me over and over again. So I decided that since I built the sand towers to reduce suspicion, but I think it gain more suspicion, because anything I do that's obvious around his place, he's gonna suspect it because he knows it's coming. So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bury it underground and use pistons to bring it up, so to push up the chickens. And I'm gonna use 2 pistons to push them up. So it's going to be now that Rolly has the sea lanterns here, all of this redstone under here is pointless. So I went ahead and downloaded the world here, and I created a whole mock thing of what I'm going to do to his house. So I played around with that in creative mode, so that way I know what to do when I brought you guys into it. So first things first, let's get rid of this wood here. And yeah, I had a bunch of diamond tools and some really good armor, and this is alright armor, but I kind of fell into the void in the end and lost it all, so that was a bummer. Anywho, let's go and place that block there, and that's what's going to serve to cover it up and to cover up all these chickens. So, and I really hope that he spawns outside the next time he logs in. And, oh, and I just remembered that I like this strategy of just putting it all into the floor of his house, because then, if he logs on, I can just bury myself really quickly, and then I can, and he would be none the wiser, hopefully. So, but if I was building a sand tower out here and I had all of these dispensers and stuff to spawn the eggs with, that would be very suspicious if he logged on. So this should be a lot safer. Anywho, so let's go over here, and let's see, so the buttons are right there. Here we go. So I believe these are the buttons. Nope, one more. We got one more thing to go. There. So then that's what's going to trigger the whole thing. And what I need to do here is, I think I need to dig down. Let's see, because the dispensers right here are gonna go there. This one's gonna go underneath that thing. That one's gonna go there. And then let's go and plop the last one right there. Oh, okay. And okay, well that's not gonna work. So, and there we go. So now the other one, I need 1 piece of bone block, which I might have to go get more bones to do this, but I'd like to have the last bone block there, which means I need one more thing for the dispensers to go down, and with this, I will be able to push the chickens up all the way, because I did a test, and if I only use 1 dispenser, or 1 piston, the chickens will not come up all the way. So, okay, there we go. And of course I'm stuck. Okay, so actually we'll just do this way, place down the bone block, and that placed it up right. Whatever, I'll fix that later. Okay, so now I need to power those pistons, so we can do that here. I need to make some repeaters. Do I know how to make them? I think I need to start with redstone torches. So I'm going to need a lot more torches than that. Okay, and let's go plunk those there. There we go. So I need a crafting table down under here, and let's plunk that there. And let's see, I believe you put some on either side. Smooth stone and redstone. Yep, I still remember how to do it. Yay. Okay, pop that right there, and give me a bunch of repeaters. 6, that'll probably be enough. Okay, so we'll plunk that one right there, plunk that one right there, and that will... for those of you that don't know, these lanterns, they did have redstone lamps, but he doesn't need those anymore, which makes my job a lot easier. That I can move the redstone around however I like to. And then let's plunk that right there. Okay, so that's how I'm going to get these dispensers, because it's going to take way too long to throw down all the chicken eggs that I need, because it's like only 1 out of 8 that spawn. So that's going to be nasty. So I'm going to like create a whole spawning ground here, which would be kind of risky. Maybe I ought to do it lower in the ground, because if he hears the chickens while I'm still spawning tons of eggs, then that could be a problem. Anywho, so I need to create a thing over here that will keep the redstone on even after the things have been triggered, because I don't want pistons to retract. I want it to be permanently retracted. So if that's the case, we can plunk one right there and plunk another torch right here. It's been so long since I've done stuff like this with redstone. Like just seeing how fast how redstone has evolved, it's just been so tough to keep up with over the years. Okay, so I'm gonna need to go down into here and find those. There they are. Sweet. So I need to have one right there, and then mine up that way. And let's see. So you gotta watch out for that brick there, because that would be bad. So, and that's how we could connect them. So that way, when one piston gets extended, it extends the other one. And let's put a delay on that, so that way it won't take too long to get over there. So, there's a problem with this. There we go. Now it's locked. So that way, when that redstone gets activated up here, then that will mean that, once I find a way to get up, that way it will stay on permanently. There we go. Isn't that cool? So... there we go, and so now that that's reset, we can go over here and connect to this redstone. Though, it's a pain to reset those, so I'm just gonna disconnect that while I'm testing it out and whatnot. And we certainly don't need to have this redstone connected to that other part. Okay, but there was another piston over here, so I need to mine that one and see what we got. Where is it? Am I underneath it? I might be underneath it all. Okay. There it is. So, to get access to that one, we just need a redstone torch. Looks like I'm going to have to make some more. That will extend that, which will close the floor up here. And then he really won't know what's going on. And with that, unless he starts mining around, because sooner or later, there's going to be chickens making tons of noises, so I better finish this project before I log off for a good while. Or I could just ban him, but hopefully he'll be streaming, because this would be so boring if I couldn't get this on video. But he streams so much that I feel like he almost never gets on Pyland without streaming. Okay, so now that that is connected up there, we can, let's see. When this redstone turns on, that redstone torch needs to turn off. Can I break this without the floor? Yeah, okay. So then we can take the redstone, connect it there. There we go. So now when this turns on, then it should extend. Let me break that redstone, because I don't want to extend the pistons quite yet. Okay, and so now when I go on there, this thing should open up. Well, okay, we need a repeater. Let's go down and... oh, man, it's so close. Just had 2 more redstones to go. Whatever. Okay, good. And, So I want that one to open first, and I don't want this to extend so quickly. So let's put 2 ticks on that one. So that's 1 tick faster than that one, and then that one's got 2 ticks up there. Okay, sweet. All right, reset that, lock it so it stays off, put the redstone back there. Okay, sweet. So things are going well here, and so now we need to connect these pieces of redstone. We don't need this redstone anymore. Let's go ahead and open up a space here. Now we need to create a way for the pistons to rapidly fire. All right, let's go back to here, create some more torches. There we go. So let's plunk down the torches. This will cause an infinite amount of flickering, and each torch will keep it off. There we go. So that will let me fire the chickens over and over again. And let's just turn that off for now. Okay, so yeah, I think that's pretty much the bulk of it here. Let's go ahead and give it a test. So we should see this open up, and we should see that other bone block down there. So let's go and reconnect that. So Rolly's coming in. He's like, what? Where are all these chickens coming from? And this goes off. There we go. And so that bone block comes up, and that will push all the chickens up. So let's go ahead and reset this. And like that. Good, good, good. Okay, I just got rid of my only, like, escape route. Oh, and it pushed that one out of the way. Okay, let me go down, and that's all turned off, so I just need to reset. See, this is what I mean about having to reset the pistons. It's quite the pain. So, I need an escape route. Can I get that close? No, that's not gonna work. Okay. Let's just go like that, and I'll just break this dispenser. That one will be just a big of a pain, too. Okay. Oh, nope, the bone block needs to go like that to match the orientation of those bone blocks. Okay, let's plop that bone block there, and dispensers. I just screwed myself. Okay. Plunk the dispenser right there, and let's put the bone block back. Okay, so now I need to dig out all of this area because I'm gonna have to create the chickens pretty low into the ground because I really don't want to hear them, especially while I'm stockpiling on eggs, and then I'll just probably make the trip up and up until I spawn all the eggs. So if I go straight down, oh wait, I can't go straight down because Rolly has a certain basement down here that I found when I was experimenting with all of this. Unless, did I just miss it? Did I? Oh, yeah, I just missed it. Okay, let's hope that this is far enough down. Okay, that should probably be sufficient. Put a redstone torch in my hand so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, so I could create a whole... it would be tough to create a whole mess of, like, droppers. Oh, I forgot to make hoppers before I started recording. Whoops. Well, let's get the chicken spawning first, and then I can go and get the hoppers built. So let's get rid of this gravel. Okay, 5 by 5. Let's go 7 by 7 because I want a lot of room for eggs. So I'm gonna have to create chicken eggs. So yeah, I've got 3 shulker boxes with eggs already in them. I'll use those to start spawning the chickens in, and that will... Oh wait, I'm not in full screen. Sorry about that, everyone. You know when I recorded this. Anyway, there's no lying if I took forever to post it. Anyway, okay. Get rid of all this stupid gravel. I'm glad I brought a turbo shovel with me. Okay, let's see. And let's go ahead and create some infinity water right there. And then plunk that there, plunk that there, and plunk that there. Very good. And then let's just get a few more for good measure later on. Okay. So now I can put a hopper right into there. Wow, it's already, time sure goes by fast. So I will keep working on this, and I will, I think I will say, no, I'll throw all the chickens in the next episode, because I think that'll be a sufficient time to do it. I'm gonna have to get out of here. So maybe between episodes, I'll create a little ladder to get up more easily. Yeah, that's gonna be a bit tricky. Anyway, well, thank you all for watching. If you're enjoying the series, you can move. Oh, there's his basement. Okay, so I was wondering where that was hiding. And we'll just put that right back where I found it. And ooh, I got some extra light. I think I'll make some ladders. That'll be nice. Anyway, or you can even subscribe to be notified of future videos. Goodbye!